Warm greetings and welcome, dear audience. This is Dr. Esther Mala, your firstly and successful global educator, SDG, ESG, STEM, and technology enthusiast from Malaysia. Join our exclusive series on professional masterclass. And today we have our master trainer and coach, Coach Jana Bulkin from Germany. Yeah, her topic today will be understanding the context, the VUCA world and the global agenda. And for this is a fresh session on business series. So today is the first lecture. So allow me to give introduction about Coach Jana. Coach Jana is an international speaker, business coach, and digital transformation strategist with over 25 years of leadership experience in ICT, spanning finance, software, and emerging technologies. As the founder of S2B Connected, she supports organizations in mastering complex change through integration-led strategy, cultural transformation, and sustainable leadership. Jana is a passionate advocate for the UN Sustainable Development Goals with a particular focus on empowering women in tech, inclusive innovation, and responsible digital growth. As a mentor for Plug and Play Germany, she guides startups on their journey from vision to impact. In addition to her advisory work, Jana lectures at University of Applied Science in Munich, Germany, where she teaches topics like blockchain, robotic process automation, and digital economy, making real-world innovation accessible to the next generation of tech and business leaders. With her deep technical expertise, hands-on mindset, and value-based approach, Jana inspires audience across Europe to lead transformation with clarity, courage, and purpose. Thank you for joining us, Coach Jana. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Dr. Esther Mala. Thank you so much for the invitation as well.
Yeah, welcome again and to our fresh session on business professional masterclass. And in this, we cover many areas like in management, science, technology, engineering, arts, mathematics, STEM topics, gain insights into AI, robotics, data science, IoT, and more, while understanding the real world applications. This masterclass aims to enhance knowledge, fostering innovation, and create awareness of the rapidly evolving technological landscape. Stay ahead in our field by equipping yourself with essential skills and future-ready expertise. Empower your learning, elevate your career. For this now, I welcome Coach Jana Bulkin to start her session. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you so much. And again, thank you so much, Dr. Esther, for this really great opportunity to share here some insights and also to try fit this masterclass to give also some sessions or some ideas how you can do by yourself a first evaluation of that what is currently ongoing in our environment and which also creates a big impact to your organizations. It's not just only technology, it's also the mindset, are the people, the politics, everything around us is creating an impact to our businesses as well. Now I have to present the presentation. Dr. Maya, can you present, please?
Okay, I will add to the stage. I will have to, while you're going on, I might have to log out and come in again.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we just carry on. I'm adding to the stage.
So perfect. Now we have the slides.
Yeah, okay, you can control. You see the arrow key in the middle bottom, in the middle section, slide one.
Yes, I see. Fantastic. All good. So now let's start and move on into our first masterclass about the businesses and what is about the so-called VUCA world and the global agenda, what will have greater impact. And today it's a kind of 40 minutes workshop designed for sustainability and strategic professionals navigating today's volatile landscape, in an area where 73% of executives cite uncertainty in their top strategic challenge. What does it mean? It's also this uncertainty creates an impact. The ability to transform complexity into opportunities has become a critical competence for leaders because the technology is moving very fast. The impact of technology creates a big impact to us, to our people, to the organization itself, and also creates uncertainty. What could be the next step for ourselves, where we want to move in and to create a sustainable business? What is also a big part of being sustainable? Today, you will leave with two practical tools, and I hope I can introduce these two tools here in a good way. A VUCA to SDG mapping framework that connects business volatility to tangible and sustainability pathways. And one actionable resilience lever you can implement immediately within your organization. Of course, your attention and also your readiness to work with me here on these topics would be really recommended, and I would be really happy about this. And let us know what are your results then on the end as well. But let's dive into how we want to move there. VUCA as your strategic compass, building resilience to SDGs. This means, the VUCA framework. What does means VUCA? VUCA stands for volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. Isn't just a descriptor of your current reality. It's a diagnostic tool that reveals where sustainable development goals can strengthen your organization's resilience. When we map business pressure to specific SDGs, we transform abstract sustainability commitments into strategic responses because the SDGs give us a direct, also definition what needs to be done and what can help here. As for example, volatility is, and the challenge could be here, commodity price shocks disrupting margins. Which kind of SDG is a buy-in, is a lever into, is the SDG 9, for example, industry, innovation, infrastructure. What are possible actions? How you can read here this paper is, what are possible actions? Diversify supply chains, invest in local sourcing networks, build buffer inventory for critical inputs. Like as we had here also some such kind also problems in our supply chains, and your production sometimes be stopped so that there is no opportunity to further production and to further create more revenue for your businesses. And this is something where SDG 9 give you some guidance from the vision point of view, and you need to implement this into your organization. About uncertainty, we can create a kind of challenge like shifting regulatory landscape across markets. Everywhere in the world, there are coming new regulatories on the market. This also impacts you. As soon you make global businesses, you interact with other organizations, but even in your own country, we rely to other regulations. The overall area is providing or is respecting that we follow them. And here, SDG 13 could be a lever on this, climate action. Climate action is something what is really is addressed to everybody of us, and this creates also impact. And maybe also in combination, when we bring uncertainty and volatility, sometimes we see it negatively, but with the level of SDG 9 and SDG 13, we could even create a new innovation where we can move with our business and move into a different direction. Let's have a challenge for the topic of complexity, cross-functional dependencies creating bottlenecks. Like we had even here in Europe, as the Suez Canal was, Suez Canal was stopped, was blocked. We had very long supply chain procedures, and we had really a lack of delivery times and so on. So what does it mean also from an SDG point of view here, SDG 8, decent work and economic growth. What are here possible actions? Redesign workflows to improve productivity, invest in cross-skilling programs, measure team well-being matrix. This is something where you can create some ideas for your organization out of it. and bring it really to action to make SDGs as a kind of practical guidance for your own businesses. Ambiguity, a challenge here, unclear customer signals around sustainability priorities. We are not able to control our customers. Yeah, we are able to control ourselves, but no one else. We can give impact, we can create good products that our customers like, and we even can guarantee the delivery time and so on. But in this way, also SDG 8 and 9 could create here a level, innovation meets market needs. So you have to do always analysis, also respecting the customer needs, customer interests, and so on. And this you can do even with surveys on a regular basis to find out what are the market trends where your customer will be in the next period, where you can do production. Also run rapid product experiments, very fast delivery, go into the direction of 40-60% advantages, establish feedback loops with early adopters, creating a kind of hackathons. Who knows me already? I like this topic of hackathons, make a fast implementation of an idea and prove them with A/B testing to get here the fastest way of implementation. Track emerging behavior patterns. So this is something, what is a part is take the VUCA as your strategic compass, also not as a fear, use it and then map the SDG and then bring even the SDGs into actions. So to make it here also as something sustainable from a framework point of view. That's just not only paper. Here I have your first activity for you. Your VUCA to SDG Snap Map. How you can do it? It takes a slow 10 minutes more or less for everybody of you. And when you want to move it also in your organization or with your friends together and so on, build as first your strategic map in 10 minutes. Working in pairs, you will diagnose one pressure point your organization faces and map it to a relevant SDG intervention. This isn't theoretically where we're building actionable intelligence. This is something where we bring also, because of questioning and answering, we bring ourselves into a way to think in different ways and speak out loud something what came first in our mind when we get with this topic. So let us start. First 5 minutes, when you are in a team, you find your partner, working with them together. Choose just your most pressing VUCA challenge within your organization, also even in your private life. You can also take it here. Identify which SDG offers the strongest leverage point for this challenge and sketch the connection between the stressors and the sustainable interventions. This would be a part. Take your 5 minutes working on that. Then come into your peer activities. 3 minutes together, exchange maps with another pair. Yeah, just take your other partner pairs or your peer and challenge each other with the question, what matrix move it if you tackle this via SDG and take other different number? Yeah, if you tackle this with SDG instead of SDG 8, speak about maybe about SDG 15. What could be here really the lever moving something into possible actions, and what's a quick proxy you could measure next week? Share this out into your organization. The teams make a kind of gallery walk, give everybody in this organization, this team, in this workshop, the opportunity to speak, observe patterns across the room, what they're all finding out, what themes emerge, where do you see unexpected connections. This is something very, very important to bring this here into action. And also to exchange really and be like funny, these guys are here sitting around the table and having also fun during the session. This creates also more impact to have here, not just only fears, because if you take the action, then you take action and no one else will give you other advices to do, because you are in the driver's seat of your changes itself. This is something where you create also the opportunity for workforce development that simultaneously strengthens innovation capacity. This is in intersection of yield the highest returns to have here really a working together. So after this 10 minutes, you have the first draft of your VUCA to SDG snap map. But it's also about system thinking, yeah? And here we can move in the system thinking lab together, finding leverage in interconnected challenges. The fundamentals, yeah, like stocks, flows, and feedback loops are in this way. System thinking helps us seeing beyond linear cause and effects. And this is also important in a world of uncertainty and a world of volatility and complexity and being ambitious. Yeah? A stock is any result that accumulates talent, capital, and reputation. And this is where our businesses are living from. We need a good reputation. We need, of course, the capital we can invest, but we need as well the talents they are making our organization out of. Yeah? A flow is what changes the stock hiring rates, investment, brand perceptions. Then we have the topic of reinforcing loops, amplify change, succeed breeds investments, breeds more success. Whilst balancing loops, stabilize systems, overhiring strains culture, triggering retention issues. This is always has an impact, and who knows me as well, I like it to talk about always about the 3 or 4 P's topic. Yeah, we have the people, the processes, the products, and the partners, and these are we need a balance all of that to have a successful business, and this is the system you map. And here we can have again an additional topic, an additional exercise what you already started. We now can create here, we are creating the system map your system by yourself, 5 or 6 people per table in your organization. Choose on top a stressor from your VUCA map as we discussed before. For example, you take the volatility, yeah? Identify how it flows through your organization for the 4 P's, people, skills, and morale. What does it mean? How the flow is here? Processes, workflows, decision rights, products, offerings, innovation pipelines, and partners, suppliers, collaborators. Identify these loops, draw the connection in this reinforced loop accelerating a problem, or a balancing loop trying to restore equilibrium. Where does this energy go? This is important, where this energy is going. Which effect, for example, has in the volatility world, our partners, our partner ecosystem to our people or to our products? This is the flow, and this is the direction you have to showcase on this map and write it down. Locate leverage points. This is the next point. And the highest leverage usually you will find on the on the junctions of these errors you are just pointing out, and ask yourself, where could a small shift create disproportionate impact to this? And what could cost little but change system behavior? It is not always about a lot of money. It's also about just ideas. With small step, you may create the biggest impact. And this is something where low cost can create high leverage intervention points on your organization. And where do you see this? This is the question. What unintended consequences should we monitor as we intervene? And which stakeholder has been invisible in your map but may hold a key insight? For example, for your products, for example, a dedicated supplier is very, very important, but there's no impact, there's no visibility on that. And maybe here you have to create the impact, and you have to ask yourself what little you can do, maybe just a telephone call, to understand how this supplier is interacting, how he is dealing with the situation as well, to create here even an understanding, and to ask yourself, if this is a symptom or what's the system behind? This is the most important question. Let's move on. To come a little bit deeper is also about how to bridge, how to bring the people inside this thinking of the system thinking. We are now speaking about SDGs, but also the implementation of SDGs is not without the people. And here we speak about the inner development goal micro practice. Before we spoke about the macro practice, now we speak about the micro practice, bringing the system with the people together, sense making under pressure. Because it's about if we don't know the why, then we are not able to understand. The Inner Development Goals framework recognizes that navigating complexity requires not just analytical tools, but cognitive, emotional capacities as well. This brief exercise strengthens your ability to separate signals from noise and expand perspective when stakes are high. Let's start. Make a silent reflection. Just stay silent or sit silent. Close your eyes just 1 minute. Review your chosen VUCA issue. As you remember, we said choose one of the letters of VUCA on paper, create 2 columns. Then finally, after this 1 minute, and write down the signals like data points, patterns, insight that feel meaningful, and noise, distractions, false patterns, information overload. What's genuinely informing your decisions versus what's merely demanding attention? This is the question you have to ask yourself in this moment. And write it down. After that, you go to the perspective hunt and a round robin in your room together, 20 seconds each person in your room. Go around your table, each person answers, what perspective are we missing here in our discussion and what are from the signals, from the noise? This could be a stakeholder group, a time horizon, a cultural lens, or a disciplinary viewpoint. No debate, just gather perspective rapidly. And finally, sketch a vision. The 2030 scenario, for example, fast forward 5 years. Your organization has successfully navigated this challenge and emerged stronger. What capability did you invest in early, perhaps when it felt uncertain or uncomfortable? That ultimately paid dividends. Write one sentence capturing this decision. We are now coming to an end, but I want not to leave you out with an action plan. So select your resilience level. And this means of everything you have mapped out and discussed today, choose one lever that combines visibility with meaningful impact. Define 3 elements before you leave the room. First, who is the owner? Who will champion this? Name a person, not a department. Secondly, what is the first action? What is the smallest viable step you can take within 7 days? And third, the date. When will you review progress? Set a calendar reminder now. This would be great if you could just follow this kind of exercises for your businesses, for your personal career path. Everything is there you can use and you can follow this way. And I hope I make you also a little bit curious about this. What does it mean, the SDGs combined with the IDGs? And they are bringing us important informations. And with the IDG, we have a kind of guideline as well. So, and when I can then invite you for the next session, the next seminar is about purpose and culture. And I'm very happy to talk then with you or bring you some ideas on how to embed sustainability in your organizational DNA. So thank you so much. And yeah, looking forward if you have questions.
Wow, yeah. Dear audience, I'm very sure that you have enjoyed this session. It's so insightful and very informative as well. So you can, if you have any questions, you can always put in the comments box and I can forward to Coach Jana Bulkin in future. And we are looking forward Coach Jana's next session on next Thursday. So please don't forget, every session you will learn a lot of things. And it's so special because Coach Jana is a very special person to me. Thank you so much. And I would like to thank you, Coach Jana, for spending your time with us, because I know you're a super busy person, you're a very, very busy person, but you'll never say no when I invite you. Thank you so much for your precious support. And dear audience, thank you so much for being with us and enjoying our session, and for your continuous support on our platform. We are looking forward to have you again next week with another new topic, an interesting topic. I'm also looking forward to it. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye. Thank you, Coach Jana. Thank you so much
Thank you so
for
much.
your contribution to us and support to us.